What is up, guys? Zan from the Madden channel. In today's video, we're going to show you guys an easy dot that you can use against the new nickel 335 wide double spy run defense that is very popular in MUT and in competitive Madden. But before we get into today's video, guys, please take a quick second, hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell so that way you don't miss any of the uploads I've got coming your way here on the Zan Madden channel. If you guys want to watch me play Madden live, check me out on twitch.tv/ozano. I have exclusive sub-only content that I give to my subscribers there, and we'll be dropping game plans for my subs as well, so you guys can check me out playing there live. All right, guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into today's video. We're going to be talking about the I-form close Y post. This is a great play that I've been running all year long. You guys know that I started the year in the Oakland Raiders offensive playbook, and I ran the Oakland tour, was passing a lot from the I-form close and the strong close. And then I just tried to, make my way onward. And right now I find myself in the Washington Redskins book. But I do believe that this is a play Y post out of the I-form close that you can find in the Oakland Raiders playbook, as well as I believe the New Orleans Saints playbook, and certainly in the San Francisco Madden live playbook, which is very popular right now in competitive Madden as well. So let's go ahead and get into the tip. We're going to go ahead and call the play Y post. Now, before we get into this, I want to talk about thresholds. If you guys are playing MUT, you guys need to have at least 90 release and at least 90 deep route running for this tip to work. If you guys are playing all Madden, I believe you need 86 deep route running and 85 release for this tip to work. So depending on what difficulty you play Madden on, it will vary what type of player and what type of ratings you need for this route. So actually on all Madden, more receivers can do this tip. On all pro, where you guys play MUT and weekend league, you guys are going to need receivers that have the 90-90, which at this point in the year should be very, very easy to get, should be fairly cheap on the auction house. So we're going to use Davante Adams here on this tip. And let's go ahead and get on the field with this. You're going to want this with the tight end side of the formation to the wide side of the field. And let's go ahead and set up this defense. Very, very popular right now. I'm going to try not to show too much play art, but the general rule of thumb with this play is that the safeties on this really make great plays. And when you run the ball, so if I were to go ahead and just call like a lead dive or whatever and snap the ball, it just feels like it's really easy to gap shoot. You see how guys just kind of come in. This is one of the more rampant run defenses in the game right now, but it does revolve around the spies of those free safeties. And then players like to make a lot of adjustments to the underneath stuff. But the general rule of thumb is that you are going to see mostly man coverage on this play. So what we're going to do here is we're going to show you kind of a little bit of a beater that you're going to be able to run. Because so many players like to put those safeties in spies, that means that they're not playing deep assignments and they're playing man-to-man. Now, I wanted to go ahead and show this because there is Jalen Ramsey. If they do have Jalen Ramsey or some sort of man-up or universal coverage player playing man coverage on this spot, this is where you can run into trouble. So you're going to need to avoid those types of players. You will see players that do run a shutdown man up or a universal coverage corner at both outside corner spots. If that's the case, you're not going to be able to really get the unbumpable on this play. But we're also going to talk about a couple things you can do with this play as well that will really allow you to move the ball downfield through the air. So let's go ahead and show you here what this looks like. I'm going to try to show this to you. We do have Davante Adams. He does have those ratings thresholds that we're looking at. My preferred setup for this is to run a slant to the X receiver. You're going to leave the tight end on his post. But if you have a tight end apprentice, the tight end apprentice post is really, really good at beating man coverage. So this is something that you should be able to mix in posts and corners to kind of keep your opponent honest with their user, because what they end up doing more often than not is they end up with their user back here, and they like to lurk center field with their user. So you're really going to need to test them in the middle of the field with the tight end and keep them away from the route that you want to throw, which is the route to Davante Adams. So let's go ahead and show you what I like to do here. I like to go ahead and motion snap this little wheel route to the outside, and usually it gets separation. You see right there that the basically the shutdown man corner, the man up corner, is able to recover on that separation, and that's oftentimes what you will see. So I wanted to go ahead and get that rule out of the way first before I show you how it works. If they do have that man up corner, you need to be advised on that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and move Ramsey to the other side of the formation just to kind of show you the rest of this here. So I'll go ahead and put in Troy Hill at the other spot, and Troy Hill is just a regular corner. Basically, it doesn't matter what the ratings of the corner are. If they have the ability, that's when they'll stop it. if they don't have the ability, they really don't have a chance. So pretty much everybody plays man coverage the same, in my opinion, against this route, regardless of their rating. So go ahead and go right back to this here. We're going to go back to the I form close. And again, the play we're calling is Y post. And I'll go ahead and set up the run defense. But again, like I said, guys, this is just mainly about, the spies. Those double safety spies play the run so well, and then they back up this user in the middle of the field. That's when you know that they're in this, and that's when you should be alerted that you really need to take a shot down the sideline against their player. So one thing I will do against this is I will just kind of motion Adams to the outside. Now you're going to see that he's going to cook him. You see how he just absolutely torches him, and that's going to allow us to really lob and throw that ball over the top. This is really what I've been doing all year long against the Edge Blitz 1 players out there. This is something that so many players really like to run, either the 3-3-5 with the man coverage or, the 3-4 odd. If they go to the 3-4 odd like that Edge Blitz 1, you're really going to be able to kind of cook them. Now, the other thing that you guys can consider is that if your opponent doesn't really have a great corner at all on the field, like if you're playing draft champions or CFM regs or something, you can attack the backside of the formation as well. If you have a good speedy option, sometimes they can really cook against man coverage if they just have some good speed. So if you notice that, you could try that out as well. Here again, I'm going to show you Edge Blitz 1 against Davante Adams. And you should see that Davante really doesn't cook him. I mean, he kind of does actually in the off coverage, but it's when they run to the press coverage that they will, kind of recover and bump into the receiver and kind of bump him off that cut. So that's something to be aware of as well. So this is a tip that I've used literally all year long. Let's go ahead and move the ball to the other side here. And I want to flip the formation and show this to you with Marquez Valdes-Scantling, who's kind of a speedier guy as well. So Valdes-Scantling doesn't really have the crazy route running ability, but he is fast. And if you can catch them in some sort of off coverage, you should be okay. So again, you might run something like this. Again, the tight end apprentice post is really, really good as well. But again, here you're going to motion snap him to the outside, let him get that cut. You see how he gets the separation to the inside, a little inside pass lead can get you down the field, even though that ball was kind of thrown a little bit errantly. So you see that you're going to be able to do that against off coverage if you have an athleticism advantage. But again, guys, you're really looking for the release rating and the deep route running. That's something that I put in some time to learn earlier this year, several hours actually labbing with a lab partner to get that tip down. So, with this new defense coming out, this 3-3-5 wide with a double spy, like it's a great run defense. Don't get me wrong, but it is very vulnerable to some of the more unbumpable concepts in the game. So let me show you another example. This is something else you could do. So let me go right back to that double spy defense. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come out in like the ace slot formation, or I'm sorry, the I form close slot formation. So you want, just a guy who can run the route that I'm going to show you here, the Davante Adams type. And, if you catch them doing this defense where they're, basically doing this and they're backing up, what you're going to be able to do is motion Davante Adams across the formation, put him on a comeback, and just let him get out wide and snap that ball. And you're going to see how he gets separation to the inside. You could throw that bullet pass to the inside. Now, that said bullet pass accurate. It kind of is what it is. But you will notice that you're able to get that throw off. I'm going to go ahead and put the ball on the other hash mark. Give me a little bit more room to throw that ball. But you'll definitely see that, when they go to this defense, that the unbumpable comeback route follows the same rules as the fade that I just showed you. So, it'll be one of those things where if you can get the timing down and you actually get an accurate throw, you're going to get some pretty decent separation here. I just kind of want to clear this out and kind of show it to you. You see there's the cut right there. You see how you can throw that. And again, Rodgers is just throwing bad, but you're going to be able to kind of take this into practice mode and learn how to do this as well. So, obviously take this into P mode and try to, get the timing down, maybe wait a little bit longer. If you're getting some bullet passes, what you want to avoid obviously with the comeback route is waiting too long to the point where they get so far downfield that you aren't able to get them the ball because they're starting to turn around or whatever. So, just take this in the lab and try it out. This is something you'll definitely be able to kind of, you see right here, if you can, learn that click on and get there. This is something that I personally do not do. This was something that worked a little bit earlier in the year, but obviously just trying to show you a couple things that follow that release rating, deep route running threshold that'll help you get free. If they're playing off coverage, this absolutely destroys off coverage. So let me see if I can find just a traditional, like a Mike blitz. So if they're playing some sort of off coverage, you're going to be able to do this tip pretty easily as well. You're going to see how it basically just boom, boom. And then again, we're just getting really terrible throws by Rodgers, but you'll be able to get this down eventually. In fact, I don't really want to end this video until I'm able to complete it. I'm going to feel bad if I don't get that tip down for you guys here. So we'll show you here. Try maybe a little up pass lead. I try to keep this away if possible, and he's just really not going to throw it. But that is the tip, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the fade portion. Get in the lab on that that comeback route. Something's a little bit different here on the comeback route than what I was noticing earlier on in the year. But yeah, that is the tip on how to beat the double spy defense. It'll also double as a one-play score against cover 1 and cover 0 blitzes. So let me know if you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and we'll see you guys tomorrow with our next upload. Until then, this is Zan. Get in the lab and good luck.